I go by Tiffany Trends here on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all your views, all your time. We're now on season 2 of Real Ass Women, episode 1. Today's episode is titled Investing in Yourself and what that looks like in 2022, baby. We're filming this on February 22nd, 2022. Two's everywhere. So I felt like it was a good day to get started, a good day to get back into filming content. The day just felt special, you know? So let's start here. Guys, so I kind of have been thinking about filming this episode for honestly like the last 2 or 3 weeks, and the reason why is because I have invested in myself very, very heavily over the last year and a half, and I learned the values of that. What I'm saying is these investments are for your spiritual life, your emotional life, your physical life, and your mental life. So about your well-being, something that goes way beyond the stock market and everything that you need for your inner being. And I think that this is like really important to learn. And whether you're learning this in your 18, 16, or you're learning this and you are 50, 60, or 70, like it's never too late to learn what makes you a better person, what helps you grow, what helps you evolve. And I'm just glad to be a part of that process with you guys. So again, this journey is mine. You got to figure out what works best for you, but I thank you guys for tuning in and learning about my process, and hopefully it helps you with yours, because again, we're all individuals. There's no perfect way to do this. There's no perfect way to get towards self-healing, self-love, and self-growth, but this is just a little chime in from my POV point of view of what investing in Tiffany in 2022 looks like. And a couple of things that I have planned for Real As Women over the course of the next few months. I kind of want to get you guys in tune with as well. So thank you guys for checking it out. So investing in yourself, I'm not really talking about financial currency. Of course, you know, you can buy yourself a nice designer bag, a nice pair of shoes, but that isn't what this episode is about at all. It's about investing in your mental, investing in your spiritual, and just kind of getting to know yourself better and growing and learning who you are. That's the type of investment that we're talking about today. So if you came here for the money, dollar bills, y'all, this might not be the video for you, sis. I do got some fashion content though, so you can definitely check that out, but this isn't it. So for me, I know initially when I kind of went through my phases of learning myself, growing, healing, like I felt like investment meant take myself on that shopping spree, take myself to that nice restaurant. And sometimes you do need those things, so don't get it twisted. Like sometimes you can splurge on yourself a great vacation, you can splurge on yourself fine dining, you can splurge on yourself a nice bag, but that's not the investments we're talking about when it comes to healing. So the first thing that I invested in was a therapist. You have to find one that works for you. So therapists have like a wide range in 2022, which is awesome. You can do virtual therapy, which is what I personally do. You can do in-person therapy. I know a lot of people prefer that. And then you have like these different options of ones that are LGBT friendly, some that are Black Lives Matter friendly, some that are religious, some that don't really follow religious backgrounds, but you have to figure out what works for you. I'm African American. I'm heterosexual, and you know, I am Christian, so that's things I kind of want to see reflected in my therapist, but you have to see what works best for you. I also wanted somebody that was around my same age, not like 27, like not my age, but somewhere in the ballpark. So my current therapist is in her 30s, and I think like her being right over that threshold kind of feels like I'm talking to a sister or a friend. It makes it a little bit easier for us to relate, of course, with what dating life looks like in 2022, what career looks like for somebody in their 20s, and it's still fresh in her mind because she just got past that point in life. So for me, I wanted to find somebody that was reflective of me. That's not what everybody needs. Again, it's what works for you, but for me, seeing somebody that reflected things that I wanted to do, values that I had, morals that I had, made it easier for me to relate. And I didn't always have to over-explain myself to her, because she kind of had a good understanding of a lot of my moral thoughts and what I wanted out of life. So that part was pretty simplistic for us to kind of balance out. Now, the thing about therapy that I think, let's just be honest and say what it is a stigma in the Black community. is not really talked about overall. It's getting common, which I am a big advocate for it, but let's be honest, we associate therapy with something being wrong with somebody, and that's not what that is. Therapy is investing in becoming the best version of yourself. That doesn't mean that you're going through a hard time. That doesn't mean that, you know, your life is going through a big shift. It just means that you want to maintain the lifestyle that you're living or flourish and grow from where you are. And initially, the first time I got into therapy, I discussed in one of my older videos last season. But I was in college, so I was a little younger. Now I am 27 and I'm still in therapy. I stopped for a while and then I started back. But right now, like, honestly, thank God I'm in a good place in life. So to be able to continue this journey, I know sometimes I go to therapy and I'm just like, I feel like I'm wasting our time since, like, we don't really have anything to talk about today. And it's not always about resolving something from the past or fixing an emotion. Sometimes it's talking about tomorrow, the woman that you want to be, the woman that you want to grow into, how you want to flourish and become the best version of yourself in a futuristic manner. And therapy isn't always about the past. It's not always about, like, unraveling yourself or crying. And sometimes it is, but what I'm saying is it's not this stereotype of they're going to diagnose you with something that you're going to seem different. Like, you got to understand, so many people, and I have to think this, and this is kind of when I started Real-Ass Women, I was going through something very traumatic, or what was traumatic to me based on my life experiences. And so I was like, I'm not the only person going through this, like, at all. I think I went and sold my wedding dress on Facebook. I was attempting to sell my wedding dress on Facebook. And literally everybody that was reselling were all people that called off their wedding during 2020. And I was like, 2020 brought the 2020 vision for the girls, you know what I mean? So it kind of let me open my eyes that I'm not the only person going through this. And it made me, like, realize, like, this is not just a personal thing. This is something that's going to happen over and over again to different ladies. It's something that's going to happen over and over again to different guys. And it's something that we should be able to openly talk about without it being the stigma of something's wrong with me, something's wrong with them, and just put you in a place of growth. So my first step to investing in myself was getting a therapist. Therapy is expensive. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. The fees are fees. The money is money. BetterHelp is expensive, okay? So I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's not true. But there are other methods of therapy. Also on Facebook, there's a couple of groups. If I can find some that I initially found before I found my lady, I can assist you guys with narrowing that down in the link below. I also know a couple of local therapists that I will put down in the comments as well, that own some organizations that can assist you guys. Some are virtual, so no matter where you are on this beautiful, beautiful planet of ours, you can get that same assistance. I think that investing in your mental, and that's pretty much gonna cover your mental, emotional, spiritual, and sometimes physical. We'll talk about that later, but it'll invest in that portion of you and help you grow and see those areas that you need to involve and mark down which ones that you really need to put as a priority. So for me, mine was probably my spiritual. I'm very, like, God is the head of my household. No matter who I live with, no matter who I'm dating, no matter who my parents is, like, I don't care. Like, God is the head of my household. And so for me, spirituality was very big when I felt like I had lived the way that I thought that God intended me to live. And I felt like I wasn't getting everything that I wanted. Like, I was like, this isn't right, but he doesn't give you what you want. He gives you what you need. But that's something I done figured out as I got a little bit older. But young Tiff wasn't happening. I was like, so needless to say, you have to figure out what parts of your life really needs the most work, or what parts of your life you want to grow in or flourish in or level up in. And that's why therapy really kind of helped me decipher what needed the most work and prioritizing what parts and what places in my life I was lacking. So therapy, numero uno, sis. Number two, and guys, this is gonna be hard for me to say, not really, physical self-care, right? Let's talk about it. So it's different for everybody. Like, I have besties that physical self-care is working out. Hi, my name is Tiffany, and that is not my favorite. Do I participate? Sometimes, of course. but is that me? Is that my heart, soul, my mind, my body? No, I'm thickety thick. You know, I'm okay. Like my body image isn't the thing. It's more so the health aspect that I want to become more active physically and working out more frequently. Do I have friends in my circle that are helping me do that a little bit more? Yes, I do, which is awesome. I'm very thankful for them. If you guys are watching, thank y'all. Y'all know I be struggling to make it out there, but I do. Physical is a whole bunch of different realms. So we're talking about physical health is in working out, what you're feeding your body. I have pretty much been on a water cleanse for the last couple of months. I've been doing pretty great. So, I mean, you have to see what works for you. Physical isn't always workout either. I don't want you guys to think like this is all about fitness, getting skinny. Like, that's not what it is. It's about your health, how you take care of your body. Everybody's is different. Like, if we want to be real, what my physical health looks like, it's my skincare routine, it's me beating my face, it's washing my hair, it's me getting my nails and toes done. Like, that's physical care to me. Some people, that's getting in there burning out the sweat. Some people's massage, some people's a chiropractor. It's going to be 1,000 different things. You have to define what that looks like for you. There's no wrong answer to it. I think we have this preconceived notion that physical health is literally just getting out there and going to the gym. Physical health is relaxing your body, taking care of like your physical being, and that's different for everybody. Don't go off the like preconceived notion of what people tell us. It's just this one way of being healthy. Well, not healthy, but this one way of taking care of your physical. For me, it's going to get my nails done. I'm very creative. I love to pick colors. I love to get my eyebrows done. I love to sit in the pedicure chair for way too long, and just relax and have me time. And I think that that's important. And so for the person that goes to the gym and spends an hour on their time, for the girl that goes and sits at the nail salon, like, is not different in my opinion. These are both physical attributes that are investing in yourself. And it's not a presentation for others. Don't think when I get my nails done, it's for y'all. Like, no offense, I love y'all. But when I get my nails done, it's for me. It's taking care of me. It's making me feel great. And doing it for yourself looks different. It feels different. I used to, a long time ago, I'm talking high school, used to love to put on a show outfit-wise for the peeps. But as I grew up, I learned appreciating how I look, no matter if somebody else is gonna like this outfit, no matter if I'm putting a compliment on there or not. Like, I don't care. Like, this is what I want to rock, this is how I feel, and I'm loving it. And it makes it more fun. It's like a little bit more adventurous. So physically take care of yourself. And that doesn't mean, guys, going out there and spending hundreds of dollars on your nails, hundreds of dollars on a chiropractor, hundreds of dollars on a physical personal trainer. If that's not what you want to invest in right now, take that time and see what that physical investment looks like for you. That's going to be different for everybody. My physical investment is my nails, my toes, occasionally my hair, and my eyebrows. It's not a personal trainer. I do have friends that their physical investment is a personal trainer. You have to figure out what works for you guys, but don't skip over it. Like, figure out what attribute of that is best for you. So your mental is number one with your therapist. Number two is your physical. The third is your spiritual. Now, this one is going to be different for everybody. So again, I can only talk for me. I don't like to talk for the girls because everybody has their different things. I don't like to make this a broad span. You know what I mean? Because it's something very personal. So for me, my spiritual meant journaling again, speaking to God on a daily basis, seeing what that looked like. And if you grow up in an African-American community and everybody's different, we have this very uniform way of speaking to God. And it's prayers that are already written in Psalms. And for me, that wasn't helping me grow. That wasn't helping me evolve. Those prayers I will teach to my children, you know, like, it is something that I still value. But for me, I learned talking to God the same way I talk to you guys felt more authentic. If he's going to be my friend, if he's going to be my confidant, if he's going to be my first true love, like, I have to really be able to speak to him openly and honestly and tell him I'm not having a great day and I'm kind of mad and I thought that I deserved better right now. You know, I have to be able to be completely blunt and completely honest. It's not being disrespectful, but it's being transparent. So I'm not going to open it up, guys, because it's my personal. But I think my best friend got me this book, and it's called Take Time to Grow. It is completely not like a book with any words. This is like all my prayers, and you guys probably can't read it, and I have so many now that at the front I'm starting to write on the back of the pages. And it's my daily journal to God, and I write these before I go to bed. And some of them are very personal, and I started writing them at a very deep dark time in my life. And so I can go back and read them and realize, oh my gosh, like I prayed for this, it happened. And it doesn't always happen when you want it to happen, or how you want it to happen, or with who you want it to happen, but it happens the way that God intended it to happen for you. And so that's been my spiritual practice. I also like take a lot of time to just pause and be thankful, live in gratitude. My favorite 2 quotes I think I live by in this life right now is granting myself grace. I think that it's very hard for me. A lot of times I have blamed myself for my past decisions and things that have happened to me, and I'm granting myself grace to not hold on to those things and to release myself from the burden of feeling like that's all on me. And then just accepting it as a part of my journey. And the other saying, which you guys have probably heard me say, I said it on the trailer because it naturally comes out of my mouth like every day, and that is, healing is not linear. I'm not looking to become this healed person overnight. I understand that self-love and self-care is a journey that never ends. I'll be doing it to the day that I leave this planet Earth. And but the fact that I'm investing in it and wanting that for myself is enough for me. And every day that I continue to be on that path, I'm in the right direction, sis. So as long as I'm heading there, I'm okay. As long as that's still my goal, I'm okay. As long as I'm not giving up on that, I'm good. So that's how I've really been talking to God. I also have a playlist on my Spotify. I know I'm an Apple girl, but I do use Spotify. I also have Apple, but I use Spotify. And it's called Pray for Peace. And that's the playlist I go to when I'm trying to really have a conversation with God, and it's full of songs that match my life and where I am. And you don't have to have every gospel song on there by the artist. I picked songs that were really true to me, and songs that really moved me, and songs that really got me through trying times. I'm a Tasha Cobbs girl at heart. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about everybody else. Oh, I love Jonathan McReynolds too. And Give Me Open My Heart by Yolanda Adams any day of the week, and I'm gonna play it. But what I'm saying is, my girl is Tasha Cobbs. She speaks to me like no other. A lot of people think she's very commercial, but baby, it's the words for me. So you have to figure out what works for you. If you're not a spiritual person, if you're not a religious person, and it's not that, I also do listen to mantras. There is a artist on Spotify, shout out to him. His name is Londrell. He is Christian, however, he does do mantras of like good morning prayers, and kind of very calming, almost in a meditation form. It sounds like R&B. When you listen to the words, he's telling you to like get up, breathe, be thankful, gratitude. And it's a very unique artist. Like, he is underrated. I can't remember how I found him, but I'm thankful that I did. It might have been through a TikTok video. But a lot of times, especially at work, if I can only listen to it for like 2-3 minutes, I'm gonna go to him because it's very uplifting. You have to figure out what works for you guys. I'm not giving anybody this picture perfect plan because, again, I am still learning. I am still growing. I don't have all the answers. I'm just here to have a conversation with you guys, so that I can learn from you guys and that you can learn from me, and hopefully that we have the same goal, which is a better version of ourselves tomorrow than we are today. Number 4, I know you guys are probably assuming it's going to be emotional because initially when I planned this, that's what it was going to be, but I feel like emotional goes in with therapy and mental. Number 4 is finding that routine and lifestyle that works for the best version of your future self. So envisioning what that woman, what that man looks like, and how to get to them. And don't overwhelm yourself with all these changes you want to make overnight. You still have to appreciate who you are now, where you are now, what you've been through. Like, acknowledge that, so that you can be thankful for where you are and where you're going. Now, for me, it kind of happens with my routine. I am... you have logical people, and you have like emotional people, and then you have like creative people, and there's all these different people. I am all 3 of their babies, but my creative side is my favorite part of me. I love to draw, I love to sketch, I love to communicate, I love to, it's all my thing, And I think that my routine is kind of helping me grow in that aspect. And so routining or following the routine of your future self is going to be my step number 4. My future self, I got a lot of plans for her. And sometimes, I don't know if you guys watch Insecure. A lot of the people that know me know I love that show. And on season 5, episode 1, if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert, bloop, bloop, blam, blam. She is doing a panel at her college. And she basically went back because she started the blog and she's doing great. Or so to speak, she's doing great or better than she was. And as an entrepreneur, they asked her to speak. And they asked her, when did she know that she made it? And she had this whole conversation about not knowing if she's on the right path, right? And to some, that was like 3 seconds of a show. To some, that didn't matter. To some, it was like a comedic relief. And to me, that part was very overwhelming because I often feel like that. I often feel like I am not investing in my purpose. And as I get older and as I become more, I converse more with God, I think I'm leaning or learning what my purpose is. It doesn't mean I'm fully practicing in my purpose. I'm not there yet. But I'm learning what my purpose looks like and what impact I can have on the community that I want to reach. And I'll share that with you guys as I get a little bit more into it and as I'm a little bit more confident in it. Again, that doesn't mean that I don't believe in my purpose. I need the faith of a mustard seed. She got that and a little bit more. But when she said that, it made me realize I think a lot of us feel that way. A lot of us don't know where we're heading. And so when you don't know where you're heading, it's kind of like, let's use the stock market. You don't know what business is where you should put your money. You're like, okay, this is pretty good, so I can put all my money here and have a whole share. This is pretty okay, I can buy a partial share, but you don't really know what to fully invest in, what's fully gonna have the better outcome for you. And I stopped looking at my life as a whole bunch of lanes, right? My therapist actually taught me that as well. When you look at your life as all these different directions that can happen, it's very overwhelming, especially if you're a very anxious person. And you're going to always feel like there's a possibility of picking the wrong path. That does not exist. You choose your future, you're going to make decisions that are going to lead you down a path, but there isn't multiple paths. You're creating and curving that path. The greenery hasn't been cut there, so it's not multiple routes. You're headed straight. And yes, we can make mistakes. Yes, we can take what's considered the wrong road, but those roads have purposes and growth and lessons. So don't ever feel like you made a mistake. Like, you're going to have hiccups, but you can't ruin your life if you're willing to try after you make mistakes. If you mess up and you're willing to try post that and you're putting your all into it, you can always recover from any fall, bruise, etc. And for me, I struggle with knowing where to put my investments. I love fashion, if you guys don't already know. I love makeup, if you guys don't know. I was nervous about talking on YouTube for a while. Now I don't mind. And I love motivating women. Like, that's my heart. That's my passion. And I think that, of course, I can put all of that content onto one market and it can be a spew of different people that enjoy it, but I want quality content. So do I put all my investment in one? I think that's something I'm still learning. So, like, investing in your purpose, investing in your future self and what she looks like. And as I'm talking more with God, I'm starting to figure out what she looks like. So I haven't really solved step 4 yet. I am to be continued, ... TBA, to be announced, to be determined. I'm in that phase. But I am excited about the progress that I made toward becoming her. I know who I was 2 years ago. I know who I was 6 months ago. I know who I was 2 weeks ago. And very thankful for where I am now. You know, sometimes think about it, it literally brings me to tears because I'm wholeheartedly thankful. I couldn't do it without a lot of you guys. I've had a million conversations with to, like, stay afloat. And a lot of you guys have seen my journey up close and personal. And I appreciate you guys all for being here. I truly do. And My circle is like no other. It's very small but very strong. And I'm beyond thankful for that. But investing in your purpose is very unique because you have to figure out what that is. You have to figure out, it's so complex, guys. It's so hard to explain. And I decided to talk on it so early in this season. This is episode number 1, and I'm trying to give you guys jewels and gems, and I feel like we can do this, right? But with me still doing it, I feel like it's so new, it's so raw. Like I'm like trying to explain to you guys something I just learned the first day of biology. And but fulfilling your purpose, knowing what that purpose looks like, is complicated. You don't always know where to invest, but I'm saying your therapist can kind of guide you there. Your spiritual journey, religious journey can guide you there. You have to surround yourself with people that are assisting in that process. And for me, it's the routine of my future self. That's what I'm trying to practice. The goal is for her to wake up a little bit earlier. She doesn't do that, but the goal is my future self is going to wake up early. If anybody knows me, they're looking like, no, she not. But that's the goal, right? She wakes up, she makes breakfast. That doesn't always happen. I'm like a DoorDash queen. She orders DoorDash. But future self will cook for herself, you know? Future self might have like a chef, but we'll talk later. And she gets her day started early. You know, she's at speaking engagements, she's assisting people, she's coaching people towards their best self. And, you know, then she has her whole afternoon, which is just gonna fill with different assortment of things. And then she has this nighttime routine, which I have been doing. So my nighttime routine is an hour and 30 minutes right now. It's very fun and exhausting all at the same time, but it's perfectly exhausting because it takes me to sleep, right? But I basically start with my face wash, because I wash my face as soon as I get home. It's like a very OCD habit. It's okay, I'm fine to say it, I'm not embarrassed. And I wash my face again before I go to bed, after my shower. And after I wash my face, you know, you gotta put the curls up so they can survive to the next day. And then I love to, you know, after my shower, spray some perfume on, lotion up. I love to read a book. Right now I was reading Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, which is my favorite book of the year so far. And now I'm reading Black Girls Must Be Magic. Just started it today. Super excited. Read the first one in 3 days, so let's see how this goes. And outside of that, I relax. I listen to R.A.W, who I told you guys about, affirmations, play some gospel music, wind down, and trying to get into this routine of doing that same thing every night as my closing. But guys, that's my pretty much 4 steps to investing in yourself. It's not this perfectly drawn out thing where you guys probably were able to take these notes that are going to excel you to the future, but it's telling you steps towards becoming yourself and what you can do now to invest in that self. It's not the solution, but it is a couple of keynotes to get there. You know what I mean? Guys, I don't know if I'm ready to share this, but as we're speaking things into existence, as I'm speaking as my future self, you know, I feel like it's okay for me to share it with you guys this soon. So guys, starting season 2 this season, we will have a Facebook group as well. It's already live, so I'll be uploading the videos there as well. There might also be exclusive content that just goes into the Facebook group, so I definitely recommend you guys joining. It will be open discussions about each episode that comes through this season. Along with that, we will have special guests talking about like subject matters. They're going to be a beautiful women that have taught me so much that I've learned from along the way. A couple of guests that I just met, because you know, gotta keep the brain new and learn new things from new people. And possible other content and other platforms that we'll be joining this year. So I love speaking to you guys. I'm so glad to be back. It took a long time to put on this face, y'all. It took a long time to set up this video. I was sitting like watching Euphoria, like, I'm not ready. Like, I gotta do all this. I was in my robe with with the apple pie. Like, I was chill. But I'm glad I got up. I'm glad I got to speak to you guys. I miss you guys so much. I miss doing content. We're gonna get a little bit more active now that I have a pretty great routine or schedule at work where I know what that looks like. So now we're gonna be able to invest a little bit into this and have a little bit more conversations with each other and grow and flourish. I thank you guys for tuning in today. You guys are more than amazing. We'll also have mantras at the bottom of each episode. I'm also gonna put them on the Facebook page, so that'll be a screenshot if you want to use it as your phone, as your screensaver for a few weeks until the next episode comes out. But if you just kind of want the mantra so you can use it on a daily basis, post each video, we'll have that down there for you guys as well. I have enjoyed speaking with y'all today. I love you guys. Until we meet again, loves, stay real. I love y'all. Bye.